she was saying to me, there's somebody behind your truck. And in my mind, I was thinking that she meant my personal truck. Her son was like, I think she means your work truck. So I happened to look down through the window and I could see some legs behind the truck. So when I didn't know which way to go, but I came out and I said, hey, I see you. So he looks at me, and that's when I could see that he was fighting with the drill. So I turned around to get my keys, and I came out of my house, and I had to go up some steps. My street is a very busy intersection. When I came up the steps, he went around the driver's side. I don't know, when I got to the driver's side of the street, he was gone.
The amount of crime since, the last year and a half in this city has, probably went up by 200-300%. I mean, from when I started here 8 years ago, we'd have a break-in maybe once a year. We're having a break-in once a week right now, or at least an attempt. This is a pandemic in itself. Pretty much they've broken into every truck that we've had, every style truck that we have has been broken into at some point. The thieves in this city are working a full-time job, just like it's our full-time job, it's their full-time job. We're getting broken into at 7 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon, noon. How many times they break into your truck?
About like 3.
How much personal tools you got stolen on the 3 break-ins on your truck alone?
All my power tools, yeah, everything.
Twice. I mean, what's that do for you, your mentality and wanting to be in the trade and
make you want to quit for real. Make you want to give up for real.
It's sad, when I got to replace the company tools, the personal tools of these guys, like they tell me the story and how they saved up to get the tools, how they started in the trade with, a drill and a hacksaw, and, every paycheck they would get a screwdriver set, they would get this, they'd get a bag, and how happy they were buying their own tools and investing in their career. And then for, one morning to get broken into and know that they took all that from that guy, after watching him start his career, it's heartbreaking to see the guys come in and, lose their personal stuff like that, man. It's really heartbreaking on us.
When your tools that you work hard for, when they're stolen, it is disheartening. You're kind of like starting over again. And that's hard to do, especially for guys who've been in the trades for years and years and have amassed a lot of tools. They're valuable, and they're more valuable to us, but I guess we don't really realize the value until they're gone. It hurts financially, hurts emotionally,
The technicians not wanting to work anymore because they can't even protect their own tools of the trade. You heard Steven say, he was damn near about to quit the 3rd time he got broken into in 3 months. I mean, he lost all his personal tools that he saved up to buy. Unreal, unreal. The amount of time that our trucks are down for break-ins.
And that's probably an average of 10,000 a day.
Yeah.
For an install.
Yeah, for an install truck not to be on the road. So I think now with the plumbing trade that it has changed and there are more expensive tools involved.
These vans, as I say, are prime targets because these unscrupulous people know, and I'm sure they communicate through themselves that they've got a lot of good stuff in there. And with those old locks, they were just easy to get them off. And it probably took them less time to cut the locks than it did to move everything that they took out of there.
If you look at this here, I mean, we can't even get lock cylinders and keep up with getting our stuff replaced. As they pop locks, they drill through. So this one was broken into before we put the Legend lock on it. So now we have a Legend lock on there. We should be good to go. I actually got the Legend lock from a different plumbing company. A friend of mine works there, and at the same time we were trying to find locks. He had got broken into a couple times, we did. We collectively are putting our head together in the industry to try to stop, the thieves. The city doesn't seem to be doing much about it, so we're taking it upon ourselves to work with each other and find ways to lock up different style trucks. If this contractor has these trucks, hey, how are y'all locking these trucks up before we put them on the road? What has worked for you? What hasn't worked for you? We've shared the Legend Lock with multiple contractors now to let them know that that's what we're using. And like Reggie said, we haven't had a successful break-in in the Legend Lock yet.
Even if I hadn't seen him, I don't think that he was going to be able to get in to the van. And the one thing about these locks, as you can see, there's a lot of different trucks here. Some have different locks on them. I think with these locks now, what some of them been trying to get into, I think the word is out with this community or whoever that has been targeting these vans, that these type of Legend locks are not easy to get into. They see them and they just bypass it.
The lock that I had, it was just a regular padlock, well, a hockey puck lock. They just sliced it and got right into the truck. So you got these new Legends locks. Everything been good ever since then.
Like I said, I haven't heard of any of them being broken into. They're not gonna mess with them. So far, so good.
About 4 or 5 months ago, right in the heat of all the break-ins, and which is still the heat, they're still happening. We're getting one a week probably at the pace right now. We found Legend Lock, and since we've started installing the Legend Locks on our vans, the attempts haven't stopped, but they haven't been able to cut through a lock, go through a lock, and actually get through a door that's had a Legend Lock installed on it. You know, we're going to make sure that they feel safe going out to work in the city, and that they can put their personal tools on their vehicles and go to work with them. You know, 2022, the break-ins, we have spent over $50,000 in stolen equipment since November of 2022, and actually, we printed this 2 months ago, and we've had 6 break-ins since this number of $50,000. So what this is a community awareness letter for the break-ins. We're passing them out. We're giving them to the homeowners in the city to know what is going on, you know. And this has happened, you know, in $1 million homes and then not $1 million homes. This is happening all over the city. It's gonna cost us more money, you know, and that's gonna be passed on to the customer to be able to service this city with the amount of break-ins that keep happening to us, and the downtime and the destruction of property to the vehicle. Our number one goal here is to make sure that the customer base, we can keep up with them. You know, we've been serving this community for over 70 years, so.
It's just talking.
I've done this before. He had the damn near, you know, it hurts. That one got me there where, it hurts.
Did you see the tear?
Yeah. It does hurt, man.
No, I ain't gonna lie. I've seen real tears.
It hurts
When these guys get their stuff taken, I've seen, you know, it's like you said, it's a financial burden on especially new guys. I mean, we've had thousands of dollars. We had one guy who lost over $3,000 in personal tools.
I like these locks. These are really good locks, though.
Have you had any break-ins with them yet?
Nope. Ever since we got these locks, it actually limited a lot more of our break-ins. People don't come towards these as often as the other locks do, so these are really good locks. I'd say so.
Good.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you guys for installing them. It's good to go.
Where are you going today?
Today I gotta go do some 15 warranties, double check on some stuff that we already recently did and installed, and just do some maintenance, make sure everybody's systems is good for the rest of the summer.
Cool.